Trump is the man. I support him hands down because what he's done for black people is literally like you can't compare it to anything.
Basically, he's proving the point. He started talking about the
policies.
No, you didn't.
Policies. That's what I started talking about.
Let me talk.
Policies.
You started, his whole conversation was
Policies.
about statues and Harry and this, that, and the third and Washington, D.C.
Policies.
What does that have to do with the price of gas? Nothing.
What does that have to do with, what does the price of glass have to do with being black? Going back to Harriet Tubman, you know, Harriet Tubman did have a little tool that she used to carry. All I would say is like, I'm so glad we all free because all of us wouldn't have made it if we was walking with Harriet right now. Because all of us would not have make it. Because Harriet was very strict because we all know all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Gabriel back with another episode of the Reality and Denial Show. Today we are going to be watching this video, y'all, talking about this video of this group of people, black conservatives. Y'all know I just don't understand them. But, y'all, check out this video because I definitely want to hear y'all thoughts on this. So please get in the comments and let me know what y'all think about what they said because this is check it out.
Welcome and thank you for joining us for The Factor Uncensored tonight. First up, our focus turned to black conservatives who support President Trump. This is an issue that's ripped from the pages of Nation.com, an article there. Some have accused President Trump of racism on multiple occasions. Last year, he said black voters are drawn to him because of his criminal indictments and mugshot, a statement some have called racist, while black conservative supporters not speaking out, according to critics, is an issue. Is there any truth to black conservatives being at peace with this so-called racism? Or is this the answer more complex? Joining us to talk about it here on The Factor Uncensored tonight, members of the Urban Conservatives of America, Rael Williams, Alexandra Butler, the group's founder, Jonathan McCullough, and former president of NAACP, Brazoria County, Eugene Howard, who's not a member of the group, and you'll soon see. But let's begin with you guys. For those who say there's a lot of racism that you have to stomach as a black conservative supporting President Trump, what would you say to that?
Personally, I would say that I've ignored a lot of racism from the left. When Joe Biden said that he said poor people are just as bright and talented as white people, that's a racist comment. There's types of racism that seem to go ignored and unnoticed by the left and the right, but it's the racism of low expectations that I can't ignore. And so that's why I brought that up first, is because the racism that they want us to overlook is the racism coming from the left.
All right, let's go down the line, sir, Mr. McCullough.
Yes. Racism to me is not what someone says, it's what they do. And I think this is what makes us different from the left, because we're not watching, what people is saying, we're watching what they're doing. Because at the end of the day, a leader, a president, a politician, whatever you are, is based on policy. So if you can show me policy that affects or that you can call racism, then I'll agree. But up to this point, I have yet to see anything that he's put into law that affects black people negatively.
Eyes wide shut.
All right. Mr. Williams, Ultra MAGA. What you got?
Ultra MAGA, Ultra MAGA.
What's going on, Ant Farm? I have a big announcement to tell y'all about. Finalmente, finally, I mean finally, my second single, Calm Down, Act 1, yes, Act 1, is out right now. And I'm gonna need y'all to check it out right now. Y'all go check it out. It's available Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you, Amazon, wherever you can stream music, it is out. Y'all support your boy. It's a lot going on, so I'm gonna just need y'all to go ahead, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow me if you're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all of the things. Again, this is your boy Anthony Chase Sings, your favorite worshiper and independent gospel artist. And until the next time, hasta la próxima vez. Adios.
Trump has been great for black people. If you look at the statistics, black unemployment was at the highest rates when he was in office. You go down and you look at, he just declassified the MLK files, something Barack Obama didn't do when he was in office.
Of course not.
So
Go ahead,
I mean, you people are saying he's racist, but he's doing things that presidents that were of color didn't even do.
That's right.
I mean, hold on, wait, let me finish.
It's only been one, don't say it.
So again, Trump is the man. I support him hands down because what he's done for black people is literally like you can't compare it to anything.
Right.
And before we get to Eugene, let me ask you this question, the crux of that interview, that article. Do you see racism in the conservative movement that you're a part of? Obviously, you've already said you see it everywhere, but do you see it in the organization? Either of you?
Well, here's the thing. How are we defining racism? Once again, I mean, if we're going to define racism and get...
Okay, really, you know what racism is. So just tell me if you have seen it, if you experienced.
I know what racism is, but I can't speak for everybody else.
Well, let me say something.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Alexandra.
so when somebody on the left sees me, a black woman, and just assumes I'm poor or ignorant, or they're like, "Oh my goodness, you speak so well," they're so shocked about that. Why are they shocked about it? That is racism. I overlook that a lot because I'm saying they don't know any better. That happens to me a lot from people on the left. They think that they're my ally. I need their hand. I need them to come in and save me. And I don't. I need God. I don't need them. They're not my Messiah or my Savior. So Malcolm X said it best. You know, the liberal is the enemy of the black man. And we can see it right clearly before our eyes. They look at us like we're scum. They look at us like we're poor. And black people are falling for the okie doke, and they're saying, oh, the white man is better than us. He's supreme over us. That's what white supremacy is. Right. I don't believe anybody is superior over me. I don't live my life that way. So I just live according to freedom and liberty.
All right, let's hear from Eugene.
Please, man, I've been in this twilight zone. Like, I've been patiently over here at the tail dog position. So first of all, if you can't see the racism, your eyes are just closed. You said it's not about what people say about policy, so let's just run it down real quick. They removed the Harriet Tubman from the National Archives. So, I mean, Harriet was what? I'm sorry, the Trump administration. I'm going to be very clear.
But they didn't.
I'm sorry, they did, and
You're
because
wrong.
of that. No.
Okay,
I let them speak.
Hold on, real quick, guys. Let him go, and then you. We have two segments.
Thank you. They removed it, and then they had to put it back after backlash. The same thing they did with the Tuskegee Airmen. They removed that and had to put that back. Trump is literally trying to dismantle black America. They literally had an executive order to the Smithsonian that did not want to fund African American Cultural Museum because they feel like that's anti-racism or that's reverse racism. Now, as we sit here, we have to be intellectually honest because you guys are being intellectually dishonest. If you can't sit here and tell us, everyone's watching on TV. Don't take my word for it.
You've lied.
On TV, you see it yourself. Listen, I'm reading for myself. All I've heard about the left this, the left this. What about this? Last time I checked, the Trump administration is the one cutting the Medicaid, cutting Social Security, cutting Medicare. They're the ones that's cutting education. Last time I checked, Joe Biden, you talked about unemployment was the lowest under Donald Trump. My guy. Joe Biden had the lowest unemployment. Like you guys want to forget about that.
You voted for Joe Biden.
I mean, you can cherry pick that. You can cherry pick whatever you want, just like Trump said. Just like Trump said, if you're a felon, you like
Eugene. Let's hear from Mr. McCullough.
Well, basically, he's proven the point. He started talking about the
policies.
No,
policies. That's what I started talking about.
Let me talk.
Policies.
You started. His whole conversation was about statues and Harriet and this, that, and the third in Washington D.C.
Policies.
What does that have to do with the price of gas? Nothing.
What does that have to do? What does the price of glass have to do with being black?
What I'm saying.
What does the price of gas have to do with being black?
Listen. Being black is not my choice.
The viewer can't understand your
I'm sorry.
We're going to take a quick break here.
Black being nothing to be with gas.
Okay, 1 second, Eugene. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue this conversation after the break. If I don't, I'm probably going to get my ass kicked. Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We're continuing our conversation about the outlook of or being at peace with so-called racism antics in the conservative movement. Our guests are here, and they all say that just doesn't happen. And we will pick back up with Mr. McCullough. Your thoughts now after hearing Eugene.
Well, as I said, one thing that I don't do, once again, I could care less about what people says or what someone else's interpretation about what they said. I'm a free thinker. I process it, I listen to it, and I watch. If Donald Trump is the problem, why do our communities look the way they look? Explain that to me. How? How is that possible? How is it possible?
I mean, it's the system.
Answer that question.
It's
Whose system?
Is
it Donald Trump's system?
It's called systemic issues, brother. It's more than one.
Oh, so it's not Trump,
than,
it's systemic.
Bro, just don't try to change the subject because you don't want to be down
I'm trying
with
to
Trump.
remain on the subject.
I'm willing to say there's systemic issues, there's systemic problems in this country. There has been since 1619, since we got here, bro. So if you want to talk about that, we can talk about why our housing look like they do. Or if you want to talk about slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, we can go down the list, bro.
I got a question.
So,
Okay,
we have to be intellectually honest.
Okay, let's be intellectually honest. Let me tell you something. The black community is the most dangerous place in the world for a black man. So if we want to be intellectually honest, am I right or wrong?
You're wrong.
And Mr. McCullough, for those who are wondering what you're talking, explain that.
Well, it's dangerous. Let's just be real. Listen, the violent culture in the black community will not be addressed by black people because we're too busy worried about white supremacy. Right? The safest place is the white community. Keep it 100.
Yeah.
Keep it 100.
He keeps saying we got to be intellectually honest, but you have to first be an intellectual to be honest. Ooh. So we're seeing right now.
Hold on, so you're going to take a jab?
We're seeing weaponized incompetence in action through when Trump gets rid of redundant civil rights bills, DEI bills. We're seeing weaponized incompetence. Oh, he got rid of this. He must hate black people. So let's end all this for black people. Somebody at the top of another part of an organization is the one doing that. Trump didn't say, I'm writing an executive order to get rid of Harriet Tubman. He never said any of these things. No. So you're being intellectually dishonest.
I'm not. It's called an administration.
No, that's a lie.
Let's hear from Eugene really quick, and then you, Mr. Williams, next.
As the only sensible black person sitting up here, like on TV, let's let them decide who has the intellect and who doesn't as we sit here and speak policy. Now, secondly, you talk about actions, going back to Harriet Tubman, you know, Harriet Tubman did have a little tool that she used to carry. All I would say is, like, I'm so glad we all free, because all of us wouldn't have made it if we was walking with Harriet right now. Because all of us would not have made it. Because Harriet was very strict, because we all know all skin folk ain't kinfolk, all skin folk ain't down for the struggle. There's no way.
That's some emotional jargon.
No, you can say whatever it is.
That's emotional.
There's no place.
Emotionalism.
Hold on, let me finish my point. If you want to say if you want to say the most dangerous place for a black man is the black community, there's no place safe.
Let me tell you something. Facts prove that.
You know what? The most dangerous place is the womb of a black woman.
Let's hear from Mr. Williams.
Black communities have the highest crime rates, Isaiah.
Keep it real.
I mean, let's just be honest, all right? Like, you rise.
And they also have the highest poverty. Poverty not a part of that?
Hold on, let me finish.
We're not talking about
but if you're talking about Donald Trump and what he's done for black people,
what has he done?
You got to remember.
Please tell me what he's done.
Jesse Jackson, right?
What has Donald Trump done?
What did he do for him?
Tell me what Donald Trump
did he do for
Eugene, let him finish. Let him finish.
What did he do? He helped Jesse Jackson form Black Wall Street.
Dog, we talking.
Okay, hold on, wait, hold on. He gave how much to the black community?
I don't know. You tell me.
Close to $80 billion.
$80 billion.
$80 billion.
In what? In what?
$80 billion.
In what?
What you talking
about?
You
got to do your research.
You just can't throw numbers out. And he
you throwing rhetoric out.
Was it education? Was it housing?
One at a time, guys. One at a time.
Yes. Don't say yes. Like, give me something. I gave you the policy.
Go research, bro.
You already said.
Oh man, come on, y'all the intellectual. Remember, you should have answers.
Hold on. On top of that.
Intellectual geniuses.
Okay.
No, it's not about that, man.
One at a time, guys. One at a time.
Okay. On top of that, again, he declassified MLK files, something Barack Obama did not do.
Man, he declassified his sex tapes. You interested in that? I'm so glad you so excited about that.
You probably got sex tapes of your own boy.
So now
come on, Eugene. We got to hear each other.
Who killed MLK. Okay, Donald Trump has always been for the black man.
He's the greatest president America has ever seen. Stand down and wait for it.
Mr. McCullough, you have the last 30 seconds.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Let me tell you something. Here's what we have to stop doing. We have to stop assuming that all black people have to think alike.
Thank you.
We have to stop. Hold on. That is racism in and of itself within the black community.
Oh my God! Wow.
Listen,
I don't think like y'all. I'm racist.
Can I finish?
Did more for the black community than Barack Obama. A black man.
Can I finish?
A black man.
There's a reason.
Answer that.
There's a reason President Trump is the first president in modern history to crack the black vote and get majority of the black support.
Come on.
And also crash
That's
the
not
economy
a
with
joke.
main
This is real.
issue.
You know why?
Thank you
crashing
guys
the
for
economy
joining us
just
here on
because
the
he felt
Factor
like
on
it.
Citizen. Alexander,
having us.
don't get in trouble after the commercial.
Y'all, some of that stuff, I don't know what them people was talking about. First of all, can anybody explain to me where the $80 billion went to the black community that supposedly the Trump administration gave to the black people? I mean, I didn't see anything of where he gave to the tune of $80 billion, building the Wall Street. Also, when they switched topics to the black neighborhood or the black community as the worst place for a black person, that just did something to me right there. And the one in the middle was talking about, it's not about what you say, it's about what you do, and tell me about policy. Well, the NAACP member, when he was talking, he did state some policies, and they didn't want to hear nothing about that. I mean, the attack that Donald Trump policies he's putting to eliminate and dismantle the DEI, dismantle Department of Education, Medicare, Social Security, I mean, the Smithsonian, African American history, Harriet Tubman. I mean, all of these attacks that he's putting on the black people. And I mean, DEI does cater to more than just black people, but when it comes to this Trump administration, they think DEI is black, and DEI is the new N-word for them. So it just really, I don't know what they talking about. And that girl had the nerve to say the worst place for a black person to be is in a black woman's womb. Get your silly tail up off this stage. That just, you know how you just want to just right across the screen, y'all. But that, it was just so much. I don't even know what to say to y'all. I just don't even know what to say, y'all. Because, first of all, she talking about people think she, because of the way she talk, that's a whole nother story right there. But it's really ridiculous on the way they think. And if they and they were asked about racism, and the thing is the first thing they say is about the left. The left this, the left that, the left this, the left that. Didn't say anything about their own party, supposedly family, they MAGA family, MAGA cult that they're in, that they think gonna have their back at the end of the day. But they gonna get a wake up call one day, you know. And if anything does happen, don't call on the black community. Don't, just like that woman was MAGA and all of this and downplaying black people, but then her son was facing a 21 year, 35 year sentence or something. Now she wants the black people to step up and help her get her son out of jail, and it's just they're gonna get wake up calls. But y'all, I just don't even know what to say on a lot of this stuff. And then he gonna talk about the one in the middle gonna say after the policies was, after the NAACP leader had gave the policies, he gonna say, don't tell me about all that, tell me about what they got to do with the price of gas and stuff like that. And it's like, that, what does gas have to do with being black, and what does gas have to do with racism? I'm confused. Like, they going all around the bush. Like, it was so much, I don't even know what to say, y'all. But it was so stupid. It was so stupid. And maybe I'm gonna be the first person to tell you I don't know everything. But this Trump administration, it is some racist folks in there. And it's like, I would have just asked them too, also, why does all racists follow Trump? Y'all want to say he's not racist, but why do all the racists follow him? I mean, he's pardoned all the white supremacists and the racists. I mean, he told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. I mean, I'm just confused. He wanted the death penalty for the Central Park Five when they were innocent. Come on now, I'm trying to understand. He wants to put up all of these racist white people statues back up. Getting rid of, getting rid of the CRT. I mean, looking at the schools, a lot of them don't even have the African American studies in schools anymore. Like, come on now, y'all. You got to get real about this. And like he told them, y'all being intellectually dishonest. And then she gonna try to throw a jab at them. It's really ridiculous. So y'all, let me know what y'all think. I want to hear from y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Comment on this video, please. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.